your desires. Even if you desire to be, say, a famous singer, you're going to do that for the glorification of Christ. If you decide to be a famous dancer, you're going to do that for the glorification of Christ. There's not going to be, like you'll see those rappers on the rapping, on the CD, they got all kind of
Cat Daddy.
bad words, this and that, and then they'll get an award. I want to thank Jesus, thank Christ, you know. But even in the bad, even in the decision to make music that may not bring glory to Christ, it's something in them that pulls them in the direction to say, even though I'm not doing this the way I know I probably should be doing it, I'm still going to be thankful in where I am. And then you'll have those Christian artists that, like Mary, they won't sing R&B. They won't sing regular, and they've been offered lots of money to do it. But they're like, no, because my life needs to reflect my music. And that's lining your divine purpose up with Christ. It's not to say you're not a child of God because your purpose might be over here and what you're doing is over here. But when you align it with God's purpose, things are just different in your life. And I remember a story from my mom. She was going through some things in her life, and a person that's not a Christian asked her, well, you going through all this in your life, why do I need to believe when your life is like this? And my mom, because her road and her purpose was aligned, can look at that and say, as a Christian, I have hope. As a non-Christian, what do you have? What do you have to hold to if you don't have Christ? If you're going through a bad situation, your friend done hurt your feelings, your boyfriend done broke up with you, you done messed up, your grades is horrible, your parents are mad at you. If you don't know Christ, what do you have to hope for? Can you hope if you don't know Christ? I mean, really, if you think about it, you be like, I don't even have nothing to hold on to. So when you in your room, in your sad place in the corner, and you don't know Christ, all you in there doing is just looking around. You don't have nobody to drop to your knees to and pray and say, God, help me right now. You don't have anybody to reach up to and say, Abba, Father. That means Daddy. You don't have that. If you don't know Him like that, if He's not in your life, you can't, you don't have any hope. There's no faith. What do you have faith in? You can't have faith. I saw a story the other day, and the dentist was doing surgery on a guy, and the guy, after the surgery was done, said, oh, thank you, Jesus. And the dentist was like, why are you saying thank you to Him? And he's like, why wouldn't I? And he was like, well, if Jesus was real, why is there war? Why are people starving? Why are people dying? Why is there bad things happening? And he says, well, I have faith. He's like, how do you have faith in somebody let things like that happen? And he said, well, should I have faith in a dentist that just did surgery on my mouth and caused my mouth to hurt, but it's going to get better? Or should I have the same way I came here and made the decision to get my mouth worked on is the same way people that's robbing, stealing, shooting, killing makes that decision. God still allowed them to make that decision to do all those bad things. But my faith is that will get better. What is your faith in? And the dentist didn't have nothing to say because he didn't have that relationship, that purpose and life line up where you can say, I can have faith in something that's not seen, that hasn't happened, but in your heart you know, because you have that line up, that it will be done. And I think about like when you who feels like they have something special they're supposed to accomplish in life? Who feels like they got something special? Every single one of y'all should raise your hand. Every one of y'all. Do you know the reason why you can raise? The reason why a lot of people don't feel that their gifts are special is because they look on TV and feel like that's the only way that you're made special if you get famous. But because you're Christ's child, you touch people. I'm not on TV, but I'm speaking to y'all. So my life is special because God saw was something needed from me to come here from Dallas to speak to you. So every single one of y'all have a special purpose on your life. Even if you go to the grocery store, even when you old and you married and you have a kid and you and your kid in y'all buggy, y'all getting y'all groceries, and somebody comes up to you and say, you know, can you loan me $1? I don't have any food. I don't have my kids are hungry. I don't have anything to give. And you reach in your purse and you give $1. Only you could have given that dollar. Because God made your line cross with their line to touch that person at that particular time. So you're special because God's called you to have a purpose. Whatever that purpose is. So who all in here is special now? Who all special? Don't ever let nobody tell you that you're not special. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you don't have something wonderful to do. Because wonderful doesn't mean I'm on TV. Wonderful doesn't mean I got bank stacked this high. Wonderful doesn't mean that I travel across the world. Wonderful means that I'm God's princess and He's called me to do something. Whatever that something is, I'm going to do it in the way He's called me to do it. And the first thing that you got to do when you just decide that I got a purpose, you decide I'm going to line it up with Christ. The first step in lining it up with Christ is your prayer life. So let's talk about this prayer life thing. Who all got cell phone? Who got cell phone? I know every one of y'all should have cell phone. All right. So when you woke up this morning, what's the first thing y'all did? Check that phone, didn't you? I checked mine too. I'm just saying I'm no different. You checked your phone. So, next thing you probably did was maybe took a shower, got something to eat. What'd you do after that? Check that phone. I know y'all did. I know you checked your phone at least 5 to 10 times before you got here. So you brush your teeth, you get dressed. What'd you do? Check that phone. You either check to see if you got text messages, you either check to see if somebody hit you up on Facebook or Twitter, you got a new Instagram. How many likes my picture got on Instagram because I put a new picture up? Let me take a selfie. Up last night. I know. I got a 9-year-old. We selfie all the time. And you check to see that phone. Well, that same connection, your direct download to the internet, the worldwide area network, that same download to your friends, that same connection that you need to know if they text you back or hit you up or whatever, is the same relationship you should have with Christ. So let me ask another question. Who woke up this morning and said a prayer? All right, you better do it, girl. Do it. That same connection that you have with that cell phone is that same abundant connection that you have to have with Christ. Because if you want to know your purpose, if you want to live your purpose, if you want to walk in your purpose, if you're not connected with the purposer, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. And a lot of times, people be like, thinking you have to pray, Our Father, which art in heaven. No. It's not that serious. Because once you become a princess in God's kingdom, that becomes your who? That's Daddy. So when you walk in there into the kitchen and say, Daddy, can I get a 20 because I need to go to this party tonight? Or can I get a 20 because I need those new Jordans? Can I get a 20 because I need to get this new dress or this new shirt? That's the same way you call your Father. Good morning, Jesus. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Very simple. When you get ready to go to school, thank you, Jesus. You got me here safely. Simple. So, what's something that y'all that somebody is feel comfortable with saying they thankful for, or might have tapped into their Jesus connection, not internet, Jesus connection this morning? Since you prayed, what thing might you said this morning?
I told him to move away from the Lord and help me to have a good attitude.
Attitude. Simple. It wasn't hard. You didn't have to know a special language to do your prayer this morning. No special language. No, you didn't have to recite all the Bible and do all the scriptures and all that. Very simple relationship. So just one of the things that y'all can think of now when you check that phone, like, ooh, did I check in with the purposer? Did I check in with my daddy this morning? Did I say thank you? Because simple things can happen. I remember when I was, I had a son, he's 3 now, and I'm always late. Say it, always late. I was on time today. But I'm always late. So I was need to go to the post office. And so I had something to do, and so I stopped and I did this, I did that, and I did all kind of other things. And I was like, oh, and I'm late and I gotta hurry up and get to the post office. So in the midst of that, I'm like, okay, might say my prayer or whatever, and got dressed and hurry up and got out, and I was pregnant with my son. And got to the post office, like, oh, I'm running late. Get to the post office, a car had ran into the post office. I mean, jumped over the thing and was in the window of the post office. If I was there earlier, I would have been standing in that line where the post office is. So when I tell you that your roads are divinely created by Christ and have a purpose when you're lined up, I was thinking I'm late. God was thinking I'm protecting you. I was thinking I need to be there at this time. God was thinking, no, I'm going to send you at my time. All of your lives have purpose. They're lined up for a reason. And just because I didn't know it at the time, God knows it. And if He knows it, nobody else needs to know it. I don't need to know it. And when you, like I said, you have to have your prayer life, your DNA, you have to have your purpose. But then He gives you special things, like talents, different talents. And a lot of people think talents are just, oh, I can sing, I can dance. Talents are a lot of things. You may be able to talk to someone. You may have a spirit of calmness. You may have a spirit of peace. You may be able to negotiate things better. You may be the intercessor between, say you have 2 friends that's in an argument, and you can come in between them and talk to them and get them to start talking again. Those are gifts. Everybody can't do those special things that some people, are meant to do. Everybody can't get up in front of people and talk. Talking is not my thing. I'm just saying, it's not my thing. I would prefer to dance it out or be in the background getting the things together. So God, when they called me and asked me to come here, I was like, I don't talk. It's not my thing. Don't talk. And God was like, yes, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't, Lord. That's not my thing. Yes, you do. So He sent me, put me in a different capacity of what I'm used to doing. Because when God gets ready to take you to another level, He pushes you outside of your comfort zone. And a lot of us get comfortable in certain areas, but He'll push you outside of those comfort zones. And then once you understand, once you decide, I'm a princess, I'm in the family, I got that DNA, I'm doing my prayer thing, then you got to accept whatever your assignment is. You got to start living your purpose. And if anybody knows what Christ's life was like in the Bible, if you've ever paid attention to what His life was like, you'll know He was a servant. Servant. A lot of people be having a hard time doing things for other people. Christ cannot live in you if you do not have the attitude of servitude. And that's being able to serve one another. It just depends on what what you're called to do. It's like in the morning, you might be walking to school, like on the airport, we were going down the escalator, and a lady fell. Just fell, on the escalator. And then everybody going down, so I'm like, 2 ladies in front of me, was there, and so they were able to pick up her bags and try to help her up, and bags is coming down. I ain't never seen nothing like it. But those same 2 people that were in front of me could have saw her fall and walked right over her and kept on going. You'll be surprised people do that all the time.